Tens of thousands of Americans went to the Capitol this week to demand the arrest of Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, for his war crimes and crimes against humanity. Here's everything that happened and everything you need to know. So the whole reason people are protesting is because politicians in our Congress invited Benjamin Netanyahu to come speak to them in person, which he did on Wednesday. If you didn't know, the International Criminal Court is about to issue arrest warrants for Benjamin Netanyahu for what he's done to the Palestinians, for his crimes. Netanyahu stayed in the Watergate Hotel, and protesters dumped maggots and crickets onto the conference tables that they were using. They also held noise demonstrations and projected images saying, "Arrest Netanyahu, he's a war criminal," on the Watergate Hotel. 128 members of Congress boycotted Netanyahu's speech, including 100 House Democrats, 27 Senate Democrats, and 1 Senate Republican named Thomas Massie. In his speech, Netanyahu repeated many lies, saying that the protesters outside were funded by Iran, that Israel is not starving Gaza, even though they have literally put a siege on them for the past 10 months, restricting food and water, electricity, and fuel. He falsely claimed that Israel has only killed a handful of Palestinian civilians in Rafah, when the truth is, they've killed hundreds. Tens of thousands of people showed up on Wednesday and protested in the streets of Washington, D.C. They had effigies, which they burned, of Netanyahu. They raised the Palestinian flag in places like Union Square. There was a huge police response to these protests, and they used tear gas and pepper spray against some of these protesters, and at the end of the day, they had arrested at least 25 people. By now, around half of those charges have been dropped. People like Elon Musk attended Netanyahu's speech just to clap for him, and I want you to take in for a minute how our congressmen and women cheered Netanyahu's lies on, cheered a man who's murdered 40,000 Palestinians in less than a year. I want you to think about for a second how Netanyahu's more popular here in America than he is in his own country. Our government cheered on a war criminal on national television, and I promise you that every single one of those people at his speech who cheered him on are going to regret the day that they did it. They're going to regret the pictures they took and the words they gave to support Israel's genocide, because we are going to remember what they did and what they supported and what they cost the Palestinians. That's everything you need to know. Make sure to repost and copy the link on this video so more people see it. And if you want to support me, I'm going to college in 2 weeks. You can go to my bio to help out. Thank you, and free Palestine.